Space Engineers, welcome back to Hephaestus Prime. Hope everybody's all good today. You find me on a freshly printed Angry Line, so back to my full complement after, well, not recent events, but yeah, we all know what happened a little while ago. So anywho, just bear with me with the camera work as I try and navigate this into its new home. So stand by. Yeah, I have been doing a little bit of work off camera, as I sort of indicated at the end of last episode, to finish off, well, not finish off, but continue on with the citrus orchard. So here we are. Now this is the tricky bit. I'm actually using a multiplayer mode, so I've got my sort of other older computer set up to do this, and unfortunately it's out of sync. So, whoops, through the wall. So I'll have to troubleshoot that and see if I can figure out what the problem is. Because yeah, I did want to record a bit of a time lapse for today's build, which is going to be a reasonable size, and I thought a time lapse of the overall thing might look quite cool. Yeah, so fingers crossed I can get that working, but we'll just get this around the right way, and then we'll jump back into me and we'll have a bit of a look around. Okay, so first things first, we'll have a little bit of a look at the citrus orchard. So yeah, pretty happy with how it's all come together. I've spent a little bit of time sort of fandangling the walkways to make sure they're in the right place. Tidied all this up a bit. Yeah, so I'm a bit more happy with how it's looking now. As you can see, I've put in a control seat there as well, so if I do need to move them and whatnot, yeah, pretty happy with that. In fact, no, I'm real happy with that. What else? So I did fix the yes, I did fix the centipede carrier module. It was actually quite a simple thing to do once I put the projector in, and I was just able to hook it on the back of the command unit, and I just used the welders that were on the centipede welder just in the dock there. I just turned them on, so that worked out real well. Right, on to the next thing. We just need to check out our resources ready for today's build. So yeah, plenty of stuff there. Good to see the silver is a reasonable amount there, more than a reasonable amount actually. There's heaps there. And yeah, I've loaded up with everything, so kept on top of all of that. The only thing I need to do is just work on the reactor components now that I've got silver. So I was short of those for the Angry Line. So yeah, I just want to make some of these. Thing is, they need gravel, and of course I'm ejecting all my gravel. So I just want to queue these up so that when I do get some stone in the mix and produce some gravel, that they'll just sort of automatically produce. So don't need them now, just putting them in for later on when I inevitably build a reactor. And the other thing is I'm going to need some glass. So we've got a bit there, but I certainly need more. I think I'm going to go through a lot today for what I'm going to do. So we'll just queue that up and let that do its thing, because I don't want to run out and then have to wait for it to produce. So that's all good. I must have some gravel in the system because they seem to be producing. So, okay. I do have gravel on my list, but that is as counterweight in the fossorial. Right, so let us get on with our day. Lots to do. We'll head outside, so that's where we're going to be. The sun is has just come up, so that's good. We've got all day out here. What I'm going to do is the command center. At least make a start on it. This is going to be a multi-episode exercise. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to do them all at once, all in a row. This will probably be the sort of build that I can just go away from for a few days and then come back to it. To start with, besides putting in some scaffolding to sort of get my placement right over there, I'm going to work on the sort of foundation and the wall. The glass wall, that is. So it's going to have big, massive windows, hence producing all of that bulletproof glass. And once I sort of get those windows in, then I'll know where the roof is, I'll know where I'll be able to put doors, and I'll be able to connect it up to the conveyor system that's going up through the access tunnel to the citrus orchard. So yeah, I'll be able to plumb that in. And yeah, later on I'll also probably put in a lift from the lower levels. So that's going to be a big lift. I don't know how I'm going to do that, whether I can use like multiple pistons, because that's I guess one option. We might break the Space Engineer speed limit doing that though. But the other option is to use a thruster type setup. But, yeah, we'll just have to play that one by ear. It's a long way away yet. I don't even know where this is in relation to the tunnel underneath, apart from being on top of it. So I'm just trying to lay out the glass panels where I think they need to go, plus a few of the sort of blocks as well, just using the light armour. But the windows do take a lot of resource, so hence making all that glass, the bulletproof glass, ready to use, because it does take a little while for the refineries to chew through that as well. I did sort of run a little bit short down on the western frontier, and I was sort of chasing my tail a bit to try and keep up with the windows that I was doing, so hence making lots in advance. And then I'll bring the centipede up here with the welder module on the front, and yeah, I'll just use that to make them, so hopefully that should make things go a little bit quicker, because yeah, from memory I think you only get like 2 or 3 loads, 2 or 3 glass panels in your personal inventory, so flying back and forth is not a happening thing. Also, I don't really want to put the conveyors in until I figure out where they're actually going to go, so that's not looking too bad. I think there is room for another row though, so those initial blocks are probably in the wrong spot. So I'm just having a bit of a play with these roof lines. I think this is high enough for the roof. It's pretty big already, but yeah, did want a big space. And yeah, I think this is going to be a similar look to the Western Frontier outpost. Certainly not identical, but yeah, of a similar sort of style, so that it's pretty clear it's the same faction, I guess. Now once I've got these blocks laid out, I'll probably grab the centipede and give it a bit of a weld, because I'm pretty happy with this end of the building and the frontage, and then I'll just have to figure out what I'm going to do for the other end, because I was kind of hoping that the window, the frontage, would match the same slope of the hill, but this slope is sort of going on a little bit of a diagonal, so we're going to have it sticking out at the other end. So I might have to either put in a big wall, but that's sort of going to block quite a bit of the view, or I try and get these windows going around the corner, which I'm just not confident whether I'm going to be able to do that or not. So it all depends on how the blocks sort of lay out, because I have had problems before. So I think this is just about done enough. I'll pop down and grab the centipede in a second, just do this last little bit of detail. So I've sort of got red on the ends, but the rest of it's kind of black, that charcoal black. So I'll just put this, and this will reflect what's happening in the Western Frontier outpost. Yeah, so that's pretty good really. I'm quite happy with that. It's obviously going to go back into the rock quite a bit, but yeah, no, that's come up well. Still not really sure how it's going to go around that corner though. Yeah, I'll have to have a bit of a think about that, because it's come out far enough that I think I need to go around the corner. Yeah, oh well, we'll let future Wellington deal with that. We'll go grab the welder and we'll get this welded up. so far so good on this corner placement, and I've already got the angle down one side, so I can replicate that. So I'm going to have a big sort of triangle in the corner here, so I think that'll work. It's a little bit tricky trying to get the windows around the right way. Then I'll probably have the predicament of trying to get the roof line right as well. So oh well, again, we'll let future Wellington deal with that. Yeah, indeed that corner could be a little problematic up the top there. Anyway, I'll just continue putting this wall in, so probably about 10 blocks, maybe 8, something like that. I wonder whether I step it up or whether I just have it sort of going into the hill a bit. So just something else I need to think about is next episode will be my 50th episode on Hephaestus Prime. So I'm not really planning on anything super special because 50 is really just a number. But yeah, I might just take the opportunity to do something a little bit different from what I've done so far, and probably just a good opportunity to, I don't think have a reflection on the previous 50, but maybe just, like I did in that planning episode, just have a little bit of a chat about what I'm going to do and maybe take a reasonable step towards that. So yeah, I have got a bit of an idea about what I'm going to do. It won't be this, it'll just be a little interlude, so that's something to watch out for. Now I'm just looking at, if I step this, I don't think it's really going to work because I'm going to end up digging out all that stone anyway. So no, I think I'll just go straight down and we'll have a bit of a mine. Yeah, this isn't going to work. Leave this with me. Sit rep. That corner has caused me a few problems. I just could not get it looking right. So I think to overcome that, I found a solution, and that is to sort of put a turret on. I just didn't quite have the right block. It was only one block, one shaped block that I was basically missing to make it work. So yeah, and I've redone the corner window a little bit. So now that's not going to a point, it's sort of a bit wider at the top now. So that's looking good. And it started raining again. I'm glad when I get inside. Ugh. Speaking of which, it is getting a little late in the day. I'll have to start thinking about some lights as well. But this will be actually quite a good spot for this turret. Yeah, I think that'll work quite well. I am also considering whether I put a satellite dish up here too. I've got the antenna down near the entrance, but yeah, I reckon the satellite might look quite nice. Might tie in with what I'm going to do next episode, but still fully intending to put my communications hub up on the summit of Mount Rutherford, so that's still a thing. Now I haven't used my template for this turret, and just going with the light armour, because the other ones are heavy armour, but nothing more about it with this one. And I will just throw some ammunition there temporarily, but it will get plumbed up to a conveyor system. I will get that in there at some point. But yeah, that's looking good. You can see that I did take out all the windows along the side as well, just to fit in the different shaped corner piece. So yeah, and I think that's working well now. So I'll just fill in this ceiling from underneath, roof from on top, and then we'll have to put that big window back in. Glad I didn't weld it up, because that would have been annoying. Windows really aren't the easiest things to place at the best of times, let alone these blooming triangles. However, it is giving me a little bit of confidence for a project that I want to do when I get to Mars. I mean, realistically that's probably still months away, but yeah, that's something I want to do there. Bigger scale than this as well, so that's something to look forward to. Really keen to get onto that actually. But you can see how I'm just widening this triangle, so it's more of a what is it, a trapezoid maybe? Don't quote me on that. But yeah, just getting this edge right, and then I'll be able to put in the 1x2 Yeah, the 1x2 slopes. So it'll be all good, and I'll have to do a little bit of work in regards to digging out the stone, make it fit. So that's pretty much done now. I mean, obviously a long way to go, but I think that's sort of a good start. That's where I wanted to be. Yeah, I'll just, so I need to do the lights. I need to think about a walkway along the front, although I can't do the catwalks along the diagonal, so, right, might have to come up with a plan B for that. Yeah, and looks like the sun is going down, so just in time, eh? Yeah, I definitely have to get some lights inside before it gets too dark, and yeah, it would be good to get the conveyor in there as well. Okay, still some things to do. Did I put those windows up the right way? It's like, some of them are shaded, but some of them aren't. No, I think it's just the orientation of them. Yeah. No, they're definitely around the right way. Anyway, let's just take a moment. It's been a busy old few hours to take advantage of the nice sunset. Yeah, it's going to have a good view, this spot. This is why I put this room here. Yeah, originally I was going to be completely subterranean, but I thought better of it. It's just been a bit dark and dingy down there these last few weeks. I'd need to get out a bit more. Anyways, enough of that. Things to build. So just while the thought is fresh in my mind, I might do some work on this walkway along the edge here. So that will involve putting diagonal blocks along the front. So I'm going to have to move all these blocks again. I think this is now the third time I've had to move these. So diagonal blocks along the front, and a full block there, and then I can put the diagonal railing along and just normal straight ones. So should be quite straightforward. As I sort of, they're already half blocks, so I need to replace them with full blocks. This is off to a good start. Yeah. So yeah, I'll just do this while it's still a little bit light, and then I'll get some lights on the inside of the building. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to work. So, yeah, just put a diagonal in there. And then, yeah, there's the rail, diagonal rail that can just sit on the top there. Awesome. Okay, well, I shall continue on with this. So all that. Now to weld it up. Yeah, I think that looks alright. There we go. And the diagonal ones. Yeah, I thought that might be a bit narrow through here, but it's actually not too bad at all. A reasonable width. And that just sort of tidies it up quite nicely. Did I get that one? Awesome. And then... Oh. What was that? It's oxygen and it's warm. That was a bit bizarre. Right, I'll just quickly finish these and then I'll have to dash off and get some energy. Speak of the devil. Yeah, get some energy and then I'll put the lights in. There we go, that's the last ones. Just in the nick of time really, because it is getting quite dark quite quickly. Now, can I extend the range on these? Did that mod, the mod that I've got, I think it works on these as well. So currently they're 4 meters, I'll just change the name. So how big the, yeah, 50 meters. I'm pretty sure unmodded is 25 meters. So I'll just raise the intensity on that. Then I'll just use Build Vision to copy this and paste it into all the other ones. So that's the home button to select, and or to turn on the copy function, and insert to select, then page up to copy, and then I'll just go into it, into the other ones, and page down to paste. That makes them all nice and bright. So that's working a treat. Fantastic. Alright, so that's brightened the place up a bit, just double checking, and I have indeed missed one. There we go. It's all sorted. Awesome. So yeah, that's a lot brighter now. That's worked real well. I have to put something down the bottom at some stage, but... So this is the space. Yeah, it's a big space. It's a good space. I'll have to do something with that wall on there, and I want to put a door in, so yeah, I think if I start to put those sorts of things in, it'll kind of make a little bit of sense where the stuff's going. I will just dig a little bit of this out. When I say a little bit, probably a lot, but I'm not going to dig the whole thing out. Just want to make a little bit more room. Now, I'm just in the process of putting a doorway in here, because I think I want to do that. Yeah. Yeah, just not too sure about committing to stuff and digging holes in hills, but I think this is what I want to do. And that way it'll give me some sort of indication of where stuff's going to go. So I've got to start somewhere, I guess. And in particular, I do need to find somewhere to put a conveyor port, because I'm getting a little sick and tired of flying all the way back to the citrus orchard access tunnel, where my nearest connector is. Just clearing up this stone. Now I'm putting in this walkway and a little bit of a platform out here, just a tiny little one, 4 blocks or something, whatever fits in this little gap I've made. More so just as, I guess, a little patio outside the back door. This isn't necessarily going to be the main entrance, but an entrance. And then I'm just thinking, it's quite rough underneath where I am. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to walk up here, so probably just some more sort of walkways and stairs and things to kind of cling to or straddle the cliffside, as it were. And yeah, I might even put some more turrets or antenna or something on there, just for that sort of that look, make it a bit interesting. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Now with this door, there's going to be probably another one on the other side, so down the far end at this level, I think. Just tidy up this little corner here. And yeah, but I will put an airlock in, because I'm just a bit conscious that if I get bad weather, I probably want it to be airtight so that that bad weather doesn't come in. I think that's how the weather works. So we'll need a little bit of an airlock. And I'll also put in a little bit of a cloakroom. Well, that's what I call it. I think they get called wet rooms overseas. Yeah, and I'll also have to put sensors on the door as well. Why not? As well. So that actually requires a bit of work, because I have to dig out quite a big hole for those sensors. Because even though they're only small, I think their collision mesh is the size of an entire block. Alright, so this one's the other side of the airlock. Not too sure about that door actually. Might have to use a different style. Yeah. Just change the name of this, so this is the inner one. And yeah, we'll put a couple of sensors down, so hopefully it fits in here. It's not going to collide. Yep, no worries. So we'll pop that in. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to need the field range or not, but to turn that on, you need to show the sensor field range option selected in the info tab, and then the show on HUD in the individual sensor option. With this one though, I think I know what measurements I need, but we'll just set up the actions first. So the left hand option is when the field is activated, so we'll have the door open, and when the field's unactivated, so when I step out of it, it'll close it. So that's what those two options are. And we'll just load this. Yeah, they only need to be quite narrow left and right. It's only the doorway that I've got to get through. The bottom, I might have to have a look. Alright, just go back into the sensor. Okay, that must be on the other side of the door. Oh, there it is. I only want it quite close to the door. And the bottom one needs to be there, I reckon. Just another half block wider. And the front one won't need anything, and the back one we'll just take up to the roof. Yep, that's good. That's how it was. How's that look? Yeah, that's fine. Awesome. Certainly helps having that visual reference. So I'll just hide these off the terminal so they don't clutter things. And then we'll do the other one and put some other blocks in. Blocks? Floor. Specifically floor. And yeah, as I say, I'm going to put a little bit of armory type stuff in as well, just for a little bit of storage and a little bit of interest. So I'll just do the same with this as what I did with the other one. Cool. Floor tick. Make a bit more room. And here, I'll just pop. Yeah, I don't know about the height of that ceiling. I might have to look at raising that a bit. Yeah, I'll just put these armory things in, armory blocks. So we'll go for that one there, because that'll keep it nice and open. And I might just put a shelf or something down the other side or another locker, not too sure. That's good. Awesome. Alright, so that sort of fits in there quite well. I will have to do something with that ceiling, and I'll just put the shelf in. And I'm just not happy with that door, so... Alright, what I might do is I'll just finish off some bits and pieces, but that's probably going to be me for today, so I'll sort this out and we'll just have a real quick look around. Alright, so just a quick look around before we go. You can see there a big hole in the floor and what I've sort of dug out. So a lot more digging to do there. Yeah, happy with the room. There is that hole in the window, but I know that's there. That's for me to get in because I need to put a door at the other end. So I'll sort of replicate, I think, what I've done at this side. I did indeed move that door, gone with a different look, and use some of the corner blocks to get a different sort of look in here, which has been good. Got that vent in that's connected to a very short conveyor system, so it doesn't really do anything at the moment. I did put in this walkway, which goes nowhere right now, but we'll sort that out a bit later on. So yeah, that's enough for today, I think, for this. We'll head off and do something else for next episode, which is number 50. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope you did enjoy today. We'll see you all again next time, I hope. Stay safe out there, everybody. Have a good one.